Keith Krach joins us right now, the Undersecretary of State. Secretary, thank you for taking the time. This thing with Hong Kong is escalating, and what's weird about it, Secretary, is this time the Chinese really don't care what we think or the world thinks or how much they criticize. They're still doing it. What do you make of it?
Well, Neil, first of all, happy 4th of July, and thanks so much for having me on again. By the way, this is classic in terms of what the Chinese Communist Party has done. They've really stepped up their aggressive tactics since the pandemic. And I think citizens of the world are waking up and seeing that and understanding the CCP's three-part strategy of concealment, cooption, and coercion in these aggressive tactics. The pandemic is a result of the concealment of the virus. And in Hong Kong, they sent in their Gestapo-like security forces and have totally eviscerated their freedoms. And I think what you're seeing, whether it's skirmishes at the Indian border or in the South China Sea, it's just absolutely classic in terms of what they're doing. And the list goes on, as you know.
You know, Secretary, I'm just wondering, I understand putting out a warning to U.S. companies, be careful with whom you're doing business, I get all that. But again, we want them to deliver the goods and buy more goods from us separately on that trade deal. Would this kind of a threat or policy make that less likely? Could it boomerang on us?
Well, I think, first of all, the question is our American values. And as you think about it on the 4th of July, and what we've seen over there in the concentration camps in the west of China with the Uighurs in Xinjiang. Now we're getting reports of forced sterilization, abortion. It's, in essence, cultural genocide. So, being a former CEO for 30 years, I wanted to send that letter out to all CEOs in the United States to go with the business advisory that Secretary Pompeo issued a few days ago. And really, to have companies be aware. They all want to do the right thing.
All right.
But they've identified 83 brands that are literally using slave labor. And, what we're asking them to do is do a thorough analysis of their supply chain, as well as, their governance principles and established principles along those lines. And also to be able to disclose it and use their leverage and do something about it. I think they could really affect that, as well as financial institutions that invest in these companies.
All right. We'll watch how it all goes. Secretary, thank you. In the meantime, have a safe 4th yourself.